Hi everyone, welcome back to Eyes on Prize. I want to talk about marriage today. I really do. I want to talk about marriage today. And I want to title this one, Marriage License is Not the Same as a Driver's License. Yes, marriage license is not the same as a driver's license. So I want to talk about marriage today and how we take marriage so lightly. So I thought about it this morning when I got up to just speak a little bit about marriage. Nobody actually say that being married is going to be easy. Being married is not going to be easy. It just help with some part of our issue that we're facing. Is like, you don't want to fall into the flesh and let the flesh take over. So it's always, the Bible would say, it's better to be married than burned. So that only take a little part to fill in that gap. But marriage is more than just sex. It's not, because I realize that a lot of time when a person married to you, they fall out of love with you, I guess, when the sex get boring, or they're not, they don't have that excitement that they had in their life when they just met you. Because when you just meet somebody and out there having sex, the sex is like it's on fire. But the thing is, y'all putting in that work. You were all putting in the work, so it was like fresh on fire. But you got to understand, throughout the years, when you start having children coming in place, that sex drive for a woman is not going to be the same, because now they become a mother. So if you want your wife to do the same thing as both of you were doing before you actually got married, what you need to do as a husband is to help the wife. Working alone will not fulfill everything. Yes, you're the breadwinner. Okay, yeah, you're the breadwinner, and she keep the house. But if you ever notice how housework is hard, housework is one of the hardest thing there is, especially when you have children involved, because a lot of the time the mother have to be doing everything for the kid. Take them to school, make sure they do the homework, make sure they eat. It's like she is doing a lot. So when you see that you as a husband desire to have sex and she is not interested, it's for you as a husband to make it easier for her to be desiring of you, to say, oh my God, my husband is helping me. That is what is sexy to her then. But I realize that a lot of people, when they get married, is just for a short time. I would say that's why I say it's not like a driver's license that expire. It is for life. Marriage is for life. God intended to be for life, not for 5 years, 10 years. People go through things, and we always going to go through things. But if you really love the person you married, whether you are male or female, you will fight for whatever you love, because when God loved us so much that he gave his son. That's a love, and that's unconditional love. So if you love your husband that much, or your wife that much, why don't you put in that work, that fight, to fight for your husband or fight for your wife? And when I say fight, if you're a Christian, go down in prayer. You fast and pray for your spouse, for God to pull them through, for God to take the scale from their high, for God to show them what they're doing is wrong. And if you're praying and fasting and you want other people to come in and join with you, you can tell people that is really anointed and seeking God every day to join force with you, for God to come in and help you with your wife or with your husband. But a lot of people give up on marriage after a while. It's like they can't deal with it anymore. They don't want to be married anymore. And it's just that sometimes they're like, okay, they don't want to be married anymore. But if you don't want to be married anymore, why are you walking away and go find someone else to get married to? Come on, make that make sense. Why can't you make this work? I'm not just talking about one person. I'm talking about the male and I'm talking about the female. If the woman have a problem or issue, because the funniest thing, a woman can date a man that is not evil, well endowed. We will marry you for who you are and love you for who you are. Not all the time we look at your physique or what you look like. Some of us, believe it or not, some of us will love you for who you are. It's not the attraction. Like a lot of people that I've seen in church that get married to guys in church, most of them is attracted to people anointing, not what they look like or their physique. It's the spirituality in the man that draw us closer to him, because we want to feel and to know God personally through that person teaching. So a lot of time it's not about nothing sexually, but it's the anointing and the power in that person that draw us closer to God. So sometimes when we are looking for a spouse, a heavenly spouse, it's about spirituality. It's not about anything physical. And then a lot of women, when they get married, the husband will look at them unattractive now because they have a lot of kids and maybe end up putting on a lot of weight, and it's not what they want anymore because they're not like the same person, not looking at it like, okay, this is still my wife. She bear my children. You know, why are you going to leave her because you're not sexually attracted to her? Why don't you and her go for a walk? Why don't you and her go to the gym? Why can't you do things together? Help her get her body back. If that's the issue for you, help her. Just don't walk away like it's so easy, like it's a driver's license. Okay, I had my driver's license for 5 years. It's expired now, so I'm going to get something new. You can't treat your marriage like that. Marriage is more than just like a 5 years and a 10 years. It's about devotion. It's about work. You have to put all that work in for it to work. And I'm going to tell you a story that, you know, it's just crazy that if some people, when they want out, especially when they're older and they want out, they don't want to walk away without nothing, whether to pay spousal support. So some people go through a measure in trying to eliminate their wife. There was a friend of mine that, got sick and she went into a coma. And when she got into a coma, I couldn't believe that within the 3 months of her coma, the husband already basically moved somebody else in. What kind of mess is that? And then when she came out of the coma, I guess they realized their plan didn't work. But why did this husband attempt to give her the same thing? He was poisoning her the whole time. That's why she went in a coma. She was supposed to die, and he wanted to take her off life support. Thank God that the children decided, no, let her stay, and because she will fight it. And somehow she came out. I believe it was God, because I was also fasting and praying for her. And when I tell you, when she came out, I can't believe how evil is. He attempted to do it again, and that's when the doctors realized it was the husband that poisoned her, and that's how the authority came in place. The point I'm making in sharing the story is, if you don't want to be married at all, stay unmarried. Don't get married and thinking that the sex drive or the looks is gonna last. It's not gonna last. And I've seen women like myself that her husband get bigger with evil, you know, belly and all that. And the wife would love them as much as they loved them when they didn't have that weight on. So why a woman can accept a man that has a gut, I'm going to put it as a gut, and out of shape, we can accept them. But they can't. They want a Coca-Cola body. They want a perfect body when their body is not evil there. But that's what they want. And then what kind of husband is going to walk out and leave his wife and children for a new girlfriend? And what new girlfriend gotta come into a marriage expecting he's not gonna do the same to her, or in turn she is gonna do the same to him after she get what she want from an older man? Marriage always was meant to be forever. That when God created a man and a wife, is for us to be there until we die. And when we say our vows, the vows supposed to mean a lot to us, because we have all these people surrounding us when we're saying our vow to our friend, till death do us part. So, and some of us do the most amazing, you know, have amazing word for the husband or for their spouse that is just amazing, but yet still a couple years later you decide it's not gonna work. There's nothing gonna come easy. No marriage gonna come easy. You gotta fight for what you want and put in the work. Just like when God sent his son, he loved us so much, he did not want us to perish, and he sent Jesus to die for our sin. So why can't we as husband and wife fight for her spouse the same way God fight for us? So Jesus was an example of how we should walk and how we should live in love. We shouldn't be walking away. And if you walk away from your marriage, why, and you said the wife was a problem or the husband was a problem, and you go back and get married to 2-3 other people, that tells me that none of these women was a problem. The problem was you. You don't need 3 wives to know that you were the problem. You just don't want to fight for what you need. You want everything to come easily. So a lot of time when I hear people say when they're married 3, 4, 5, and 5 times, they're like, oh, the husband was a problem or the wife was a problem, but you married 5 times. These are 5 different women or 5 different men. Their problem are not them. You got to look into yourself and see the real true problem. So I just wanted to talk on that a little bit today. On marriage is not supposed to be treated like a driver's license. We need to fight for our spouse or marriage, and fight for your wife and fight for your husband, okay? And that's what I want to talk about today. God, have a blessed day, and peace be with you.